Japan's Minebea Company Limited, known for its international operations and business mergers, is successfully operating 2 large-scale factories here outside Bangkok, Thailand. At facilities like this one, Minebea manufactures computer keyboards, ball bearings, motor fans, printers, and speakers. It is a perfect example of Japan's current spending spree overseas. With a swelling worldwide trade surplus coupled with a low domestic demand and obsessive savings at home, an outwardly flowing yen is fueling a boom in overseas investment. Japan's leading miniature bearing manufacturer, Minebea Company, has done what many other Japanese electronics and appliance firms will soon have to do. It has set up factories in Thailand where labor costs are sometimes 1/20th of those in Japan. But Minebea officials say the tax incentives are just as attractive.
The most important thing is the tax incentive by the Board of Investment. This is the biggest incentive to us. And we can run our factory in 24 hours by the Thai female worker and also the cheap labor.
The company employs a total of 4,300 Thai people, most of them young women. It is the largest number of local workers employed by any Japanese affiliated firm. About 120 Japanese supervisors are working at 2 factories in cities just outside the capital of Bangkok. Minebea exports 100% of its products manufactured in Thailand, contributing more than $120 million in foreign currency earnings for Thailand this year. This facility in Thailand's Ayutthaya province has now grown into the world's #1 miniature ball bearing factory. This was made possible in part by a comprehensive training program of Thai workers by Japanese managers. And with a complete transfer of Japanese high technology, the term made in Japan is taking on a whole new meaning. In this case, it means made in Thailand under a Japanese operation. Minebea started its Southeast Asia ventures in Singapore, a city-state with low-cost labor and similar tax incentives. But the growth potential of the workforce there was not as great as in Thailand. Still, Minebea has done well with its smaller operation there. It has also established a successful furniture manufacturing plant in Singapore, a product of its increasing business mergers and diversification programs. Last year, Minebea started a regular flight by Boeing 727 linking Thailand, Singapore, and Japan. With planning and administration based in Tokyo, the company's overseas operations have been organized like one organic factory. Officials say with their fleet of 6 aircraft, the inter-factory transfer of people, parts, and products has become quicker and more efficient. Minebea is blazing the trail for other middle-sized Japanese industries which can no longer compete with Taiwanese and Hong Kong producers. If they want to keep their markets, they must seriously consider putting production facilities overseas. And so, with the dramatic appreciation of the yen, more and more Japanese companies are giving top priority to overseas investments in Southeast Asia, where low labor costs and tax incentives remain very attractive. In Bangkok, Mal Adams for Nation's Business Today. Internationally acclaimed Japanese designers have established Tokyo as a world fashion center. While here at home, the Japanese public is interested, and in this time of relative prosperity, they have the yen to be stylish. These are the people of modern Japan. Until a few years ago, it was said of the Japanese that they had only 2 operative modes, earnest and somber. A common view was that a more humorless people would be hard to find. Today, those cliches are rapidly losing whatever relevance they once had. What has brought about this change can be summed up in one word: money. Chris Cook is a fashion writer for the English language daily Japan Times. He says since the international acclaim of designers such as Issey Miyake, Yohji Yamamoto, and Rei Kawakubo, an increasing number of young Japanese are shelling out record amounts of yen to be fashionable.
Today's youngster in Japan, they only think about having a good time, looking good. They must have a car, they must have a girlfriend, they must have the good things in life. And fashion is one of the main items, and they go all out to look good.
This is Tokyo's fashionable Harajuku district. There are more trendy boutiques here per square block than probably anywhere else in the city. It is a place where the emphasis is on looking good, and the young Japanese don't mind spending the money to be seen wearing designer clothes. One of the reasons fashion has taken off so big here is the growing credit card society. Major department stores and small boutiques like this one have their own credit plans where students and young employed people can go in and within minutes have up to $1,000 worth of credit. The stores consider them a good risk, knowing that in a given period of time, their credit will be paid off. But being well dressed in the world's most expensive city makes credit cards a necessity. The game of putting on shows in the Japanese fashion industry is not cheap either. This is the new fall collection of world-famous designer Yohji Yamamoto. With 30 to 40 models, lights, music, and the rent of the venue, a 40-minute show is estimated to cost more than $150,000. And with sponsors, buyers, and the media all looking on, no cost is spared. But Yamamoto says he thinks the fashion craze among Japan's young has somehow gotten out of hand.
Young people now, they are interested only in fashion, only in music. Not interested in any culture, literature, read books. They don't like to study about the foreign country. They like to open the credit for the fashion, for magazines. So for me, it's kind of sick, so we should stop it.
And so, without a doubt, young Japanese people are among the most fashionable in the world. But the business of being in vogue does not come cheaply. And as long as Japanese designers remain on the rise, the cost of their creations is likely to do the same. Mal Adams in Tokyo for Nation's Business Today. No longer is golf club membership in Japan just a license to trample the greens or take pot shots at distant holes. Nowadays, it is more of a commodity for speculative trading at prices ranging from $700,000 to $3.5 million, depending on the site and the exclusivity of membership lists. This is Kogane Country Club, located just outside of Tokyo. It is clearly the world's most expensive golf club. For their investment, members at Kogane get a beautifully manicured course, arrayed with pink cherry blossoms this time of year. The all-female caddies, decked out in brown trouser suits with faces framed in enormous white sun hats, are there to make the outing a lot more pleasant. They smile at you soothingly, even after the most appalling shot. They bow gracefully as they present you your club, and if you should hit the green in one at a par 3, their praise and applause make you feel like Jack Nicklaus. All this for a mere $2 million to join. And on weekdays, an extra $140 per each round of golf. Weekend rounds are a bit more expensive at just over $200. Membership in the 50-year-old Kogane Club is strictly limited to 460, men only, and there is a long waiting list. Today, there are an estimated 10 million fans of the sport in Japan, but with a shortage of land, the high cost of playing golf is a question of supply and demand.
Recently in Japan, the number of golf players is rapidly increasing, and golf course is not so many. That's the reason of the price of membership is increasing every year.
The equation becomes a ridiculous one. With more than 10 million golf-crazy fans in Japan, there are only 1,400 courses to accommodate them. Far too few. As a result, one has to be very wealthy to play real golf in Japan. Most members of clubs are company presidents or top management executives. Their companies often foot membership bills on their behalf. In Japan, corporations see it as an investment for entertaining potential customers, a common business practice here. Like stock market quotations, the membership prices rise and fall in cycles. During a recent bullish phase, prices began to skyrocket, then came to a halt when members in third and fourth class clubs began selling their memberships to take advantage of the boom. During that period, buying offers at Kogane were quoted as high as $3 million. Attracted to the market by its profit-making potential were real estate operators, stock market speculators, and hotel and restaurant owners, all of whom had little interest in the game of golf. And so if you're a golfer and planning to visit Japan, you might think twice about bringing your clubs, because at these prices, the handicap in your strokes may not be as great as the one in your expense account. Mal Adams in Tokyo for Nation's Business Today.